Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Hello. Take a minute here. Let some of you guys join. I'm wanting to do some inner work and felt called to share it with you guys and invite you into the space, the sacred space of inner work. And I love being able to do like inner work in a group or on a setting like this because as one of us does it, then it is actually very helpful for anyone and everyone who either watches, either in the present moment or the replay, but it actually allows you to go deeper in your own inner work. And sometimes it's helpful to have someone lead the way and start the process. So I was watching Life Purpose class with my gurus, Jeff and Shalia, and they were doing inner work. And as I was feeling my feelings, I was like, I resonate with a lot of this, and I'm grateful that they're pulling cards and doing their own inner work. And I was going to move forward with doing some actual work within my business, and I was feeling super heavy energetically. I just wanted to go take a nap, and so I kind of just felt into my feelings. Is that something I need to do right now? Do I need to take a nap right now? And ultimately, what I came to was that no, I actually just need to do some inner work. So I want to make sure my mic is working real quick and see if we can make sure you guys can hear me, no problem. Let me know if you watch the playback how the sound sounds. I'm also gonna turn on this light. Feel more supportive that way. There we go. That's better lighting. All right, so let's go ahead and we already have one card coming out. So we have Seek Hidden Treasures. So yeah, already bringing up like the purpose of doing inner work is you get to the hidden parts of you that are needing the attention, just needing love, just needing, just your awareness in that space. Because when you truly do the inner work, you do find the hidden treasures. You do find those parts of you that are operating on patterns or beliefs that are no longer in alignment. And in order to vibe up and to allow yourself to move higher in frequency, it's going to require you to do the inner work, go within. So I choose to receive the hidden treasures that are going to come from doing my inner work and see how that unfolds here. We have face your adversities. So face your blocks, face the obstacles that are coming up. So yeah, right now my life purpose, I am feeling like this energy of it kind of moving slower than I want it to. And I can see that it's just an invitation to surrender. Just to surrender it all to God, surrender my life purpose to God, surrender the process to God. Trust that everything's unfolding the way that it needs to. Yeah, there's also this energy coming up of like fearful of the adversities that are going to come up as I move deeper into my life purpose. And I can trust that I have the tools to move through anything that comes up. I can trust the process. I can trust that the adversities are not here to block me or to keep me from moving into my highest version of myself or my highest timelines or my dreams. It's actually here to just show me what my belief is. And as I move through it, using the mirror exercise, I can heal anything that comes up. So yeah, I can let go of any fears of facing adversities or identifying with them. I'm just going to love myself here. Just give myself a big hug and allow her to melt into my heart space. Yeah, that feels good. All right, what else do we have going on here? Okay, so we have Wake Up Call. Yeah, so this last week, my twin flame and I decided that we were going to go deeper in our union by feeling like this call to like share our union more, and doing that through Twin Flames Universe, and getting put on their union page as a testimony that the work of the inner work does work. And I really had to move through some things that required me to wake up a little bit and feel into these places where I still didn't feel super secure within my union, or where I was feeling fearful, and allowing myself to wake up to these parts of me that were calling for more love, more attention. And that was really yeah, it really brought up this feeling of not feeling received, or that I'm going to be received, and a fear that I was going to like do something wrong. And so I had to move through these uncomfortable feelings that kind of just woke me up. So yeah, it was very uncomfortable. Hi, Christina. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining. So yeah, I had to recognize that as we move deeper into a new foundation, or a new frequency, or a new vortex, there are going to be some things that are going to wake you up to the current pattern that you're playing out, that is no longer going to be appropriate to play out as you're moving deeper into your union, as you're moving deeper into your life purpose, into the vibration that feels good for you. You have to let go of those things. And sometimes that can feel like a rude awakening, like, oh, I didn't realize I was playing out this pattern, or I didn't even realize this was the belief I was holding on to. And then you recognize like you truly are the co-creator of your reality. So that's the wake-up call. For me, the wake-up call was recognizing where we were feeling almost like content where we were, and not feeling the need to continue going deeper, or setting new goals, or looking at the next place that we were going. But that was something that I learned in life purpose class, was like, okay, we're here now, we're going to ground. As we're grounding, where's the next place we want to get to in our life purpose? What's the next goal in our union that we're going to work towards? Like, this isn't the end goal. We want to be vibrationally wealthy, or vibrationally healthy. Like, we have all these desires, and if we get stuck in just this one spot, then it's going to feel really stagnant and uncomfortable. So what is the next thing we're being called to? And what do we have the next steps? Are we going to God about what our next step is? Are we relaxing into this vortex so that we can ground and then get to the next one? It's just a lot of being very aware and present with yourself and your feelings. I'm already feeling lighter as I move through this energy that's coming up. What else do you have for me, God? I love this. We have let go and enjoy. So as you come into the new vibration, the new frequency, the new vortex, you do have to surrender and just let go and enjoy. And you got to give the process to God, because if you try to just zip through and get to, let's say, the end goal of being in harmonious union, or the end goal of being in the job that you want to be, or the end goal of maybe you're moving through a weight loss journey, whatever it is, if you don't enjoy the process, you're not going to be able to really receive the lessons that came from the process. And when we don't receive the lessons, we then have to learn them again in a different way, whether that is having to, like, I'm going to go with a weight loss journey. Say you lost a bunch of weight, but you didn't learn the lessons of, oh, this is how my body responds to sugar, or this is how I feel when I eat this. And you're just trying to lose the weight. And then eventually in a few months, you gain the weight back because you didn't actually learn the lessons from having to move through the process in the first place. So enjoy the journey. Really take in every moment. The only thing that you should be focused on is the present moment. And if you find yourself focused on the future, you're going to find that you feel anxiety in your body. If you're focused on the past, you're going to find that you feel a lot of self-doubt and insecurities. So allow yourself to just surrender and just be present with yourself. Enjoy the moment. Right now, I'm just enjoying the fun times I'm having with my twin flame, the fun times I'm having with my family. I'm enjoying that I'm living probably the most peaceful experience that I've had for a very long time. I've lived in fight or flight for a very, almost my entire life, probably since I was about 6 or 7. And this is the first time in my life where I have a very relaxed life. I get to get up in the morning. I am the first one up in the morning. I usually get to spend a little bit of time with God. I have my cup of tea, then I make lunch for everyone. I get to be home when my kids wake up in the morning. And in past times in my life, I was like having to drop them off first thing in the morning and then go to work. And so they were spending like an hour or two with people who weren't even their parents because they had to go to daycare. But now I am the one who wakes them up and I make them breakfast and we get to talk and hang out before they go to school. And then I send everyone off to school and I get to work from home and I get to coach all day and I get to do the things that I love. And at one point in my life, I was like, I'm never going to get there, but I had to just keep choosing and claiming and doing the inner work. And so now I'm here and I really am living the most calm and relaxed and easy flowing and very feminine energy than I've ever had before. And I love it. I have complete control over my schedule. I have time to really take care of myself in the way that I need to. And it gives so much to my union. And so when you're able to just let go and enjoy when you are in those places, you actually get to call more in and you're saying yes to that energy. I find that, and you'll find it in the book, Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover, that when you are feeling good and you're enjoying something, I hear people say this a lot, well, it's not going to last. Okay, well, it doesn't mean you don't get to enjoy it. Like, you're being invited to enjoy it. And so when you have a fear that it's not going to last, I find that a lot of people will try to control and like they end up clenching off the energy to whatever it is that they're experiencing. It could be that you're experiencing a wonderful time with your twin flame. And then you realize, oh, it's like 30 minutes before they have to leave. And you start to feel like you have to get as much into the conversation as possible, or you don't know when you're going to see them next. And so you just feel your body start to restrict and control. And it literally cuts off the energy and the flow to that conversation and that connection with your twin flame. So allow yourself to just surrender and enjoy the moment. And if you're eating something, enjoy the food. If you're reading something, enjoy the quiet time while you get to allow your mind to read whatever it is that you're reading. Like, enjoy every moment. And when you do that, you really start romancing your life and you naturally start calling in more romance. So that feels really juicy with that card. Let's go ahead and pull a few more. Again, I'm already feeling much, much lighter. I was feeling really tired when I started this. Okay, so we have Be Decisive. It really feels like there's a lot of life purpose energy coming through here, which is funny because I was going to pull from the life purpose deck, but I opened up my box and I saw this deck and I was like, I haven't opened and done a reading from this deck in a long time. So Be Decisive. Yeah. Yeah, with this card, it feels like there's a lot of scattered energy. I know this is something I work through too, but really being clear on what your goal and your desire is. And when you're decisive and you make that decision, God and the universe start to work in your favor to bring those things to you. So if you're deciding that let's just say you want to work from home and you're working a 9-to-5 job and you have a life purpose that you absolutely love and you want to be able to work from home. When you make that decision and you decide and you claim that and you choose that in your heart, you'll start to see opportunities, maybe new clients coming to you, and you start building that momentum. And it's important that you decide, because when you make that decision, everything else will follow that decision. Everything else will start to support that decision. And so allowing yourself to get very clear on what it is that you want, what it is that you desire. For a lot of people here on my channel, it's being in your twin flame union or having a really positive and loving mindset towards yourself. When you decide, that's all you got to do. Is how powerful your choice is when you decide. Is it's going to start creating a domino effect of things that are going to unfold. And you will see that your decision is so powerful, that your mind is so powerful. And as you make true, clear, decisive decisions, your reality is going to reflect back to you why it believes it's going to have what it's going to have. So if you're like, I decide that I'm going to be in my harmonious union, and then you start to see loving couples all over the place, holding hands and enjoying each other's space. Or you're seeing synchronicities like 11:11, and you're being called to watch twin flame movies or whatever. Like, you will find that that's because you made a decision to be with your twin flame. And your reality is going to prove to you why that is true. And that's because you made the decision. So as you make the decision, you're going to naturally attract the things that are going to support that decision. So be very decisive when it comes to what it is that you want. And if you find that you're having a hard time relaxing into that decision and like feeling a lot of doubt and fear, I would encourage you to do the mirror exercise. So I can actually work on one right now with the decision. That way you have a better idea of what that looked like. But I am upset because I decided to share my union in a more public and vulnerable way. And it's making me feel fearful because I'm afraid that my union won't be fully received. So step 2 would be, I'm upset with myself because I shared myself in a more publicly and vulnerable way. And it makes me fearful because I'm afraid I'm not going to be fully received. Yes, this is true. This really stems from just childhood and being very like, of course, childlike and like just free to just do what I wanted, and like sharing myself and not being fully received by my peers. And so I can actually see when I like started to shut myself down from sharing myself because I didn't feel received. And I believe that if I shut down and stayed like recluse, that I would be safe. But really, it just made me feel super lonely. So I'm just going to scoop this part of me up into a hug. Yeah, even doing inner work can feel very vulnerable. You know, I'm just going to give her all the love here and just let her know that she's safe with me, that she's safe to be seen. She's safe to share herself. She just wants complete acceptance here. And as long as she's accepted by me and by God, she feels loved. Yeah, she's ready to come home. I'm just going to let her integrate into my heart space. Okay, how do I feel now about sharing my union? There's still a little bit of like uneasiness here. It's like this energy about being kind of in a spotlight, like the more that you're seen, the more that like there's like the energy is like I can be in trouble if I'm seen. I am held to an expectation. I have to show up a certain way if I'm this publicly seen. So yeah, I'm just gonna feel into this feeling. It just feels uneasy, so I'm just gonna feel into it. I can feel it like in my jaw and in my neck here. And choose to just relax and breathe through it. Yeah, she just needs safety and protection here. Yeah, I feel complete here. I'm ready to bring her home. Okay, how do I feel now about sharing my union? Yeah, it feels like a massive breakthrough because for a long time I didn't even know who my twin flame was. And now I get to share my union with my community and with the people that I love. So, yeah, I see it now as like a breakthrough and this really beautiful spiritual accomplishment. And I choose to fully receive it and enjoy it, just like the card said. Just let go and enjoy. Yeah, this feels complete here. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and pull one more card and see what we have here. At the bottom, we had have faith. So I choose to have faith that my decisions are going to be important. Okay, so we have count your blessings. That's beautiful. Okay. Yeah, my union is a blessing, and I can just relax into the next thing that God had shared with me was that to share my union, and that I'm safe to do that, and I can just count my blessings and be very grateful. I love this card too because it's like it's two people coming together. You can see them holding hands. Um, our unions are a blessing. Our unions are God's unions, and so they belong to God. And when you share your union from an authentic and loving space, you are sharing with everyone else that this is for you and you can have this too. And as long as you choose it and you do the inner work and you continue persisting all the way into your harmonious union, like it is for you too. So I really love this. Yeah, I feel like I didn't realize that was going to come up because I thought this was going to be more like life purpose work, which it was. But like your twin flame union and your life purpose are hand in hand. So when you're healing something around your life purpose, it's going to reflect in your twin flame union. And when you're healing upsets within your twin flame union, it's going to reflect in your life purpose. So I can see how they intertwined in there and why my upset about sharing my union is also going to show up in my life purpose because my life purpose and my union are one. And so if I have a fear of sharing my union, then I have a fear of sharing and showing up in my life purpose. So they go hand in hand. But yeah, that feels really good. I am going to pull one or two cards from the life purpose deck to just finish up. Feels like there's just one more thing coming up here, and I'm feeling called to pull from this deck. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's so funny. So you saw me shuffle. I just shuffled. But I was watching Life Purpose class, and Jeff and Shalia were pulling cards, and their last cards were family, and the last one was trust. So those are the two cards we have here, and I really resonated with what they were healing. So as you heal, it says loving your friends and family is an essential part of your life purpose. Yeah. So as I heal, for whatever is coming up, it reflects in my union, but it also reflects in our union and relationship with our children. And so as we harmonize more, as we harmonize in our union and our life purpose, our family harmonizes even more. Like there's so much love in our family right now. When we had just moved in, and for those of you who are new to my journey, my twin flame is not biologically the father of our two boys, and you could feel like a little bit of the dissonance between the two, especially my oldest and my twin flame. And that came from the fact that I hadn't really harmonized in myself and with my twin flame. So as we harmonize deeper with each other and with God, it is reflecting in our relationship with our eldest son. and their relationship has grown so much just even in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like, the amount of joy and love that they have between the two of them is really overwhelming for me, because I had some fears of, well, what if he decides that he wants to go live with his biological father because he doesn't feel completely harmonized with my twin flame. So I had to move through those fears and those feelings. And ultimately, I had to surrender my son to God and trust that God was going to heal our family. And so I love that this card is coming up, because that was part of what I had to work through. Also, the work that I do, being an ascension coach, when you do the inner work, it heals your family. It heals the lineages after you. It heals your immediate family. And ultimately, you're going to find that you're just harmonizing into your divine family with your twin flame. And then we have trust. And that says, trust your feelings and dreams to guide you to your career path. Yeah. So you are working on coming into alignment with your career path, with your divine life purpose. And you're not going to be able to do that if you're numbed out to your feelings. If you're not fully feeling your feelings completely, it's going to be really hard, or you're going to work really hard to get where you want to, because you're just going to keep trying to move from a place of logical thinking instead of feeling your feelings. So I could have jumped on and done the work that I needed to do, but just move from a logical place. But like, when I really felt into my feelings, I was like, I don't feel good. I feel tired. I feel exhausted. And if I keep trying to push and do work from this space, it's going to feel bad and my work is going to show. So I paused. I came on here. I'm really feeling much, much lighter and grounded. And I feel energy coming back, and I feel myself being back in the flow. So if that is the case that you find in your life, it's probably an invitation to do inner work and love yourself. And it really only took me 30 minutes. I probably could have done it sooner, but I was talking and explaining things. So it really does not take very long to shift your energy, to shift the flow that you're in, and to shift your frequency so that you're moving and doing life from a higher frequency instead of feeling bad and trying to just move through life. So I hope that is supportive. I am offering free intro sessions if you need support. I do have readings available right now. I have some space in my calendar, so I did open up my readings again. And I am here to support you all the way into your harmonious union. If you have questions, please leave them below. I love answering your guys' questions and interacting with you guys. But I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace, love, and faith. I love you guys so much, and wishing you guys the absolute best week. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.